positions in the offense with Winky, taking care of Jeff Sims. Have you noticed any changes from the previous year and how that works?
Yeah, I would say as far as Coach Long, I would say he's a lot more involved, and obviously he's the offensive coordinator, so he's going to be involved in other positions. But I would say relative to years before, I'd say he's much more deep into other positions as well, rather than just tight ends. I mean, he's always getting on people. It doesn't matter who you are. If you mess up, he's coming after you, you know? And that's one thing I respect about him. It's not really, he doesn't treat someone different than another person. He's gonna get on your butt if you're not producing the way he wants you to produce. So I would say, I mean, he's all around. I mean, he's good at what he does. He's had success in the past where he's been. So I'm looking forward to seeing that translate to when we start.
Yeah. You're talking to your dad when you got here. Your dad was like very much he's going to be on scholarship. He's going to be, and like each step has kind of come true. Like you've become a starter and. What's it been like just to kind of go through that process? And obviously, in your mind, you were always confident, like even when we talked when you were still in high school. Like,
I just, it mentioned, like, briefly said my story out there. But, I was I dealt with injuries ever since I had a fractured back. So I was in and out of physical therapy leading up all the way to my junior year to where I then got surgery. I didn't play. I think I played a total of 4 games my sophomore and junior year of high school. So I was way behind, I'd say, the recruiting game. Then I got surgery. Maybe I wasn't as big. Had a good senior year, though, but had no offers coming out of high school. And then, Jordan Yates came here, kind of got that connection through there. Came here, but I always knew I belonged, at a school of this level, I never doubted myself in that aspect. I just needed to prove it to other people. And honestly, I wouldn't change my journey. If I would go back and say you get a scholarship right at high school, I wouldn't change it. Because it makes me proud of myself, and the journey, it's a cool story for me. So I wouldn't change it for what it's worth, and it's been an incredible experience. Now coming from there, now I'm representing my school, my students, my team, and like ACC media. Like, I don't take that for granted. It's truly incredible.
Your dad's been telling me you're going to be playing in the NFL. Like, that's the one thing he said from the start.
Yes, sir. Yeah,
so is that sort of that next step, right? Like, they have a big year and then look at your options?
Yes, sir. 100%. And Coach Long's going to put me in the position to be able to do that and showcase what I can do. So I'm looking forward to it, and that's what's going to happen for sure.
Is it strange? I mean, Jordan obviously was the guy, the Mr. 4-star and everything, and at the end of the day, you're the guy that's starting in the ACC, and it's sort of irony. And I know Jordan is real cool about it, but it's just funny how that kind of worked out, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's funny, and I don't think it had anything to do with the Yates' ability to why he didn't work out with him here. Yates the dude is a gamer. You've seen him play. The dude, when he's out on the field, he makes me want to play better. Just because he's a real dude. He carries himself in a great way. He's my best friend, so that's also a big thing too. But I'll tell you, that kid's going to go to Sam Houston. He's going to light it up. He's going to get that opportunity. I guarantee you're going to find him in an NFL roster one day. I mean, that kid works harder than anybody I've ever met. I'll tell you what. And even in high school, I would say he is one of the 2 people that is the reason I am where I am today. Just because he honestly believed in me sometimes when I didn't really believe in myself, and he kind of pulled me along in his journey, and I'll be forever grateful for that for him.
I'd like to talk about that opener a little bit. Are you excited about Labor Day night, only game on TV, Mercedes-Benz, Clemson, and you're a Georgia guy, so what does it mean to you?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, how can you not be excited? There's no better way to test the man you are, the team you are, than open up against Clemson. And we all know Clemson's an elite team. They've historically been good. They're going to be good. They have great talent. So, I mean, this is going to open up week 1, be able to see what we're all about. I'm all about seeing what kind of guy you are, what kind of team you are. So, I mean, I wouldn't change it for anything. We're going to be only game on. I mean, I saw on Twitter 2 hours ago that the stadium sold out. So, I mean, I don't know how you could walk in that game and not be excited. So, I can't wait for it. I'm counting down the days. It's coming right around the corner, and it'll be here before I know it.
Do you know any of the Clemson players?
I did know Paul real well, who's now with us.
Sure, yeah.
My dad actually went to college with Brian Brzez's dad. So
Richie,
Richie. So I kind of actually have a little bit of connection. Me and we met once after the game one time, but I don't really know Brian personally. But other than that, I knew Joe. Joe went to my high school. He's not now. Named people aren't there anymore. But other than that, no, I don't know anybody personally. No.
You guys had Clemson to the wire last year in Death Valley. What can you take away from that game to say, you know what, we can play with these kids?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is it proves that we belong, you know, and everybody knows we weren't very consistent last year. There were games where we showed out. Say North Carolina, we came out on fire. I mean, whooped them, and then we come out the next week and get whooped. So it's kind of taking that, knowing that we belong. Well, let's do that every week, you know. It can't be the up and down roller coaster like we had last year. So it's a lot about perfecting your craft, knowing what you're doing every week, preparing the same way every week to be able to, you know, take those back-to-back results. But I mean, yeah, Clemson, it was a nail biter. It was one of those games where you wish you could go back and change it and have maybe that last play one more time. But hey, everything happens for a reason, and we're going to go out this year and take that and this time capitalize on it. So.
Is that still a game where you play like Jaws run down the sideline, like that was the touchdown that got called back? I mean, there's so many like plays like that in that game. The shovel to the other Dylan.
I think I was in the locker room when that actually happened, because I messed up my knee that game, but pretty bad. So I don't know if I was out for that exact play, but yeah. You see plays like that, and I think it was a holding call that brought it back.
Mm-hmm. It looked like they just bumped into each other, and the guy fell down, and they called hold.
Yeah,
it was a little sketch.
I didn't exactly. I watched it on film, but I wasn't out there for that. Maybe I was. I don't know. Maybe I was on it, but I was dealing with my knee at that point.
Sure.
So. But I mean, yeah, you look at it's just like you can always go back and say what if, but I mean that's not a fair way to look at it. You just got to make it happen. Calls can be called, so. It's tough to look back at it and say like what if, good if, but I mean, if you look at back now, let's make it a reality this Monday, Labor Day. So that's kind of the way you got to look at it.
If you had your preference, so it's only a mile and a half difference from your home field Mercedes-Benz.
Yeah. Would
you rather be outside, you know, at home, or would you rather be in the Mercedes-Benz and run that big crowd?
I'll be honest with you. So I got a little mojo at Mercedes. I'm 2-0 in Mercedes-Benz. So I won the state championship there, and I beat North Carolina there. So I love the Benz. Obviously, the venue's unbelievable. So I got a little superstition with the Benz, and I've been pretty successful there in the past. So I'm going with Benz. And I love Bobby Dada. We're going to win some big games there this year for sure. Yeah. But I think for this home opener, and just because I got a little superstition about Mercedes-Benz, I'll probably go Mercedes-Benz for the opener. And it holds a lot more people, and if it's sold out, that's even better.
Are you guys playing? Are they mirrors, the tight end spots, or are there two different? Is there like an H-back and a tight end? Or
there's a YNF.
Okay, yeah.
So it's different. I mean, it depends on the scheme we're running, whether they're really considered different positions.
Sure.
I don't know if I explained that the right way, but I mean, when there's two tight ends on the field, there's a YNF. Yeah.
And so, kind of Luke and PJ are sort of one, and then you and Billy are sort of the other, or is it kind of?
Yeah, Luke and PJ are probably feel more that F role. And I'll probably be the Y role, I assume. But it also there's schemes where we run where hey, I'm the F and they're the Y. So it all depends on but I would say in general I'm usually be the Y guy and they'll be the F guy.
What have you thought of EJ Jenkins? He's kind of a freaky dude that gets brought in. I mean, he
walked in, I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, but that dude, he really, and from being around him, I haven't had too many one-on-one personal conversations with him, but just the way he goes about things, he seems like he does things the right way, carries himself with good demeanor, and he's been, I mean, when he runs, he's very fast, and he's also extremely large, so that combination usually goes well together. So he should be a big threat for us outside this year. I'm looking forward to this fall, seeing what he can do when we strap up the pads.
Are you kind of excited? I mean, you got him, and if Leo's healthy on the outside, that's got to change kind of how they match up with you guys, and inside opens up a lot of stuff in the middle of the field.
You got EJ, Leo, me, Luke, PJ. I mean, on the field, that's too many, but
sure.
You understand what I was saying.
Yeah.
Like that is a large receiving core. So, I mean, I don't know how teams would handle that relative to if you have 4, 6, 5 plus guys on the field. That's a tough scheme to handle. So, I mean, I'm sure we'll mix it up different games based on the team, but I'm sure that'll be part of what we do at some points, and that's going to be exciting for sure. I'm sure Jeff will love that too, be able to just throw it at a spot and have us come down with it. So.
Has it been interesting? I mean, you guys were sort of like the safety valve almost, at tight end the last few years, just not really schemed for a lot. It runs some bootlegs and stuff, but not a lot.
Yeah.
To Chip, where you're very much in you're in first couple reads and all that stuff. Has it been exciting to?
Oh yeah, it makes the game a lot more interesting. I love getting down there and getting dirty and in the pit, but I mean, that's my favorite part of the game is going out and catching balls, making plays. That's what I did in high school, and it's a very different game now, but that's what I enjoy to do. So it's going to make football a lot more fun for me, a lot more exciting, and I mean, it's definitely different as far as how much they involve us, which I mean, I'm loving it. So it's good, and I wouldn't want any other coach as far as tight ends than Coach Long, just because just what he does and his philosophy is huge for our group. So yeah.
And he's a little different personality-wise too, a little more intense.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Weezy was an intense guy too. Weezy got after you now, but I mean, they're both guys that'll get after you and then bring you up and be like, "Hey, listen, this is why I was getting on you. You need to do this better, this better, this better." So it's not all tough, hard love. It's a little tough love sometimes. But they bring you in. They'll get after you, but they'll bring you in, let you know what you did wrong, give you a fist bump, give you a hug, and you'll go on your day. So they're both great guys. I love Weezy. He's gonna do great at Temple. I already know he's coaching the line up there. I know he loves coaching the line. I need to call him soon, but yeah. So I enjoy both guys, and I wish Weezy also the best at Temple. I know he's gonna kill it up there.
Thanks, Dylan.